Ronald, good afternoon. Can I ask you first of all about the injury situation? Do you know any more about Charlie Austin now, having had a chance for him to be assessed?
Yes, we did a scan yesterday, and he will be out for 3-4 weeks. Hamstring. Shane Long is not available for the weekend, but it's a different type of injury, and we have good hope that he will be available next weekend, but not for this weekend.
Is that a little bit of a better diagnosis for Charlie than you expected? Because I think in the heat at the moment on Tuesday night, you said maybe 4 to 6.
Yeah, it's a grade 1 hamstring injury, and normally is that between 2 and 4 weeks, but it wasn't the worst hamstring injury.
Was it related to anything he's had before?
No, it's a different place. It's not the same injury that he had when he came to Southampton.
Do you feel a little bit for him, because he would have loved nothing more than to have an injury-free run to maybe prove some of the critics wrong and the people who give him a hard time and think that he's susceptible to injuries?
Yeah, but okay. It's part of football. It's hard to take for Charlie. It's hard to take for us, because last Tuesday we lost 2 players in 10 minutes, 2 front players. And we were very happy about the competition what we had with the strikers, and we lost 2, and that type of competition is away, and then we need the rest of the strikers to do the job.
And you said Shane Long's injury is a bit of a different injury.
No, he was really a knock up his knee, and it's painful, and but it will be not a problem for next weekend.
And how will you have to change things in terms of line-up tactically, that kind of thing, bearing in mind you have lost 2 strikers?
Okay, we know we had good competition between the strikers, and it's not that now when we don't have both strikers that we need to change our system. That's not the question. No. Only, okay, if you get another injury, then you will get really a problem.
Is this a big opportunity now for Graziano Pelle to come in and find his goal-scoring form again? It's been some time since he scored in the league. I think November 1st was his last Premier League goal.
Yeah, but I don't like to talk about individual players. I think we need to give a good reaction after what happened last Tuesday. That's more important than one player.
Has it been strange for you that Graziano hasn't scored for a long time though?
No, because he was struggling a long time with his knee. He was not really fit, and he didn't play the last few games from the start. And if you don't start, it's difficult to score goals.
In terms of when we saw you after the game on Tuesday night, you were clearly very angry. You did well to keep a lid on it in front of us, but privately, sort of behind the scenes, might that have been as angry as the Southampton players had seen you?
No, but okay. I think one thing is if you have good communication with your players and you talk to the players, it's different in my opinion, because I like to keep that between the walls in the dressing room, and it's not for the press. And normally I like defending my players, because I like my players. Really, I'm enjoying my manager role in this club with the players, but sometimes you need to say what you think at that moment, and of course now it's not always about yourself. You play against an opponent, and it can happen that the opponent is better that evening than you are, and it's not always about ourselves. It's sometimes the credits what they did, but the start in the game was not good, and if you start like that, then you get problems. And that was my message to the players, but they know stupid. They know exactly what they can bring and what they need to bring, and what wasn't good last Tuesday. But that's football, and then the next you have to change your mentality, you have to change your attitude, and that's a good game this Saturday.
You questioned some of their, I think maybe character and commitment and attitude at some points in the game on Tuesday. Is it fair to say that you've kind of dissected that this week in the couple of days since, and tried to reflect upon what they did and left them certain of what you expect?
Yeah, but the Premier League is really a tough competition, and look to the last results, and it's another example that if you are not really 100% and you're not really prepared, even the big teams, look to City, look to 2-3 months ago United, look to Arsenal, look to everybody. If you're not really 100%, you don't win. Every opponent is a tough one, and you need to stay at your level, and first your attitude level, and then the quality in the team, the individual qualities of the players. But you need to be every game more than 100%. And if you don't start like that, you don't win. And that's and was my message to the players.
What's achievable in the run-in?
Sorry?
What is achievable in the run-in? The final week.
Still achievable is fighting for Europe. But of course you need a good run. We showed that. But now after 2 defeats, we need to win. And that's the pressure what we have for this Saturday.
How big an achievement would that be to get into Europe again?
It's a big achievement because everybody knows we are Southampton. We don't have the possibilities like most of the teams, and it's all about spirit in the team and to have the good players and to have the competition. It's more difficult, but again, qualifying for Europe is fantastic.
And can I just ask you generally about the title race, away from your own issues and what you want to achieve with Southampton? Obviously people are excited about what's happening at the top. How do you see that playing out for the Championship in the remaining weeks?
I don't see any team stronger than Leicester at the moment, and I think Leicester will fight till the end to win the title.
You think they will win it?
No, I'm not that person. If I know already, then I will tell you. No, it will, and that's fantastic for the Premier League. It will take until the end, and nobody knows, because nobody at the moment is much better than the rest.
Have you seen anything more staggering in football in all of your time than a situation where Leicester win the Premier League? Is there anything comparable? No,
not that emotion about winning the title. In Spain, it's already Barcelona. In France, it's already Paris. In Germany, normally it will be Bayern, and that's fantastic because that's good for the competition. That's good for the money, and we know in the Premier League everybody has the money to spend, and spending in good players and stuff. It's tough for the big teams to win and to have a good run of winning games, because everybody can beat the big ones.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We'll move on to the Barclays.